Morning everyone, we have now made our way to NARA, and as you shall soon see, there's a lot of deer, and fun fact, those are free-roaming deer and they are not domesticated. It's only 8:30 in the morning and the amount of tourists that are coming here is incredible. I've never seen it like this, and I've been here, this is my third time. Oftentimes people will get bit in the ass, and that's because the deer are going for the snacks in their pocket and in their bags. So right now there's people holding crackers, and these deer are out on the look for them. The amount of deer fecal matter is quite plentiful. Yeah, the deer definitely smells something in her pocket. Can't lie to the deer, they know. I don't have anything for you. Sorry, buddy, no snacks for me. Even the birds getting in on the action. Looks like a lot of them are shedding their winter coat. That's what it looks like. The last time I was here was mating season, and some of them were being a little bit aggressive towards each other. And they would bump heads a bit or rub heads. And apparently that's just what they do. Oh, sorry, I got nothing for you. Alright, you could eat your own fur. There's a lot more deer than I remember. These guys, I mean, look at the amount of them though. This is definitely a orgy haven for all these deers. It's just so many of them. Nice, Ferrari just drove by, a 458. I don't know what it is with the 458s, but they're everywhere here in Asia. I never see them back home, but here they seem to be everywhere. Oh, that person definitely has snacks on her. Sorry, buddy. No snacks for me. I can't afford the tourist traps. Alright. Yeah, these deer just don't care about you if you don't have food. It's crazy how that works. It's like they're only attracted to those that can provide them something. There's no other alternative motives. There's no sentience. Or, well, there is sentience, but that's not the correct term. We'll cut that. Those deer are making that man run more than he's ran in the past 15 years combined. Good for him. Alright, I'm not gonna bother you. No deer around me because I have no food. Can't jaywalk here, there's a cop, so we're gonna have to figure something out. Even the deer know to stay off the roads. They know not to jaywalk. It reminds me of the monkeys in Malaysia that know not to eat the bananas from the street vendors, but eat it from the hands of paying customers. There's definitely some sort of agreement going on here with the animals and the locals. It's strange how they would know that, but all of them, they even wait at the red lights. Humans don't even wait at the red lights where I live. No, we'll go super hard right now. That 120 yen vitamin drink, that would go super hard right now. There's not even a vending machine in sight, but there's no way it's 120 yen in this area. This area, everything's boosted. I saw the water at 170 yen. It's more expensive than the airport. A lot of signs about don't hurt the deer, don't do any of that to the deer. Thankfully, I haven't seen anybody hurt the deer, but that would be incredibly disappointing. I do believe it happens, though. It is what it is. Some people just don't know how to be tourists. Check out this bench. The problem with this bench here is that you'll likely get attacked by every deer in the area as soon as you sit down because they'll think that you have food. And I'm just not looking to get molested by deer, basically. Some people would like that. That's a niche in some cultures. People would like that, but not me. NARA National Museum. Nobody comes here for the museum, let's be real. Almost nobody. The vending machine right now will go super hard. With all those fruity drinks that ruin your enamel, that will go incredibly hard right now. Let's keep our eyes out for one. Oh, what's the deer going to do to the baby? We don't know. It's gonna make a nice core memory. A nice clip to look at years from now. That one little kid, that little girl over there, maybe 7, 8 years old, saw 2 tourists who are somewhere behind me, who were trying to take a photo with the deer, but the deer wasn't listening. So she hands them a cookie to the tourist that she doesn't know. Then they get that clip that she wanted, and then they tell the kid thank you, and the kid just waves them off and runs back to her family, skips over to her family. And that's just something that you wouldn't, almost never see with the youth, I feel, where I'm at. I guess that's just normal here. That's just the social camaraderie that they have here. Oh yes, the vending machines. Let's see what we have here today. Something that needs to rip my enamel. Nearly had to break my hand getting this out of the vending machine, but we got it. Not sure what this is, but we're soon going to find out in which way we're being poisoned, or should I say which flavor it is that shall poison us. Just took one sip, horrendous decision. Nonetheless, definitely sponsored by Big Dentist. I felt it most definitely causing damage. Permanent irreparable damage to my teeth. And the flavor is not very good. It's like pamplemousse. How do you say that in English? I'll put the translation there. You know what? No, I won't. Pamplemousse. Whatever that is. It's not very good. Perhaps I was wrong. This is a huge lineup to get into the museum right now. That isn't open yet. I was definitely wrong. I want to know if there's a lineup to get in the museum. What's in the museum of DEERS that you can't see out here? Is it a different deer experience? What's going on? I'm curious. I'm not going to go, but I'm still curious. Might look it up. That's a lie. I won't look it up. Just cut this whole clip. Look at that majestic spot for that deer to be drinking water. All alone. Next to that artificial waterfall. Just look at that majestic spot. Let's zoom in so we can really get it. But look at this. This deer just chilling all alone, doing his own thing. Just gulping down some water. He hasn't moved. Is he dead? Is that even a real deer? He has not moved at all. Oh, okay, it is real. Okay. Oh. Uh-oh, he's headed my way. Alright. Sorry. How did he get up there? He's gonna have to jump down. Someone's gonna have to help him down, but how did he get up here? And he bows too. What a polite deer. These deer have more manners than 90% of the people that I know. And they follow the laws. Look at them. They know not to go on the street. They know not to cross at the red. They just know. They know not to eat the vendor's food and to eat it directly from the hands of paying tourists who got sucked in to purchasing it. They just know. There, they warn you not to touch the baby deer, the fawn, because if they smell a human, if they get the human scent, they will be abandoned by the mothers, which is why you're not supposed to touch the baby deer. It's actually quite sad, but that's nature. That's just the way it is. That's the name of the game. That's how it's truly run in the wild. Boy, do I regret buying this drink. Even paid 170 yen for it. You either succeed or you learn from your mistake and you turn it into a lesson. So you either succeed or you learn. I learned big. At the expense of 170 very valuable yen, I learned big. Where are we? The stone with the algae look is just something that I really like. There's something about the aesthetic. Oh, they're being chased. They likely have snacks. The deer don't chase you for nothing, that's for sure. They don't care about you, they care about your snacks. Oh, he realized it wasn't worth the chase. Alright, buddy. I just thought of it. Imagine the deer are government drones. Think about that. Think about that one. Imagine. Imagine in the future we find out that even just 1% of what I say is true. Imagine. We'll cut this whole clip. No, we won't. There's a garden there of 200 wisteria trees. Never heard of that before in my life, but we might go. Just because. We might go. Never heard of it. 700 yen. Not quite certain what it is, but perhaps we're going to learn. I think we're just learning at a very costly rate, but we are learning. Think about it though, where else am I going to be seeing those trees ever in my life? Probably nowhere. On a second thought, 700 yen to see some trees. Imagine actually thinking I would pay 700 yen to see some trees. We are now entering the wisteria garden, where there's over 200 of these trees and 20 different variants of them. Apparently this is peak season. It doesn't seem too peak, but they are there. I guess maybe this is what peak looks like. Just met a nice Singaporean couple who took a photo of me. Took a photo of them. I think the photos they took of me were way nicer than the photos I took of them. Oh well. Whoops. If they had something like this in Canada, at least 3 people would fall in the water per day. No rails, look at that. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. Maybe in the United States since they're more litigious, but in Canada people are definitely getting hurt with something like this. Those fish don't look that big from here, but those are really big fish. Those are at least 10 pounds. Those are big fish. I guess when they say the 20 species, maybe that's why there's different colors of the same kind of tree. But apparently there's 20 species and over 200 trees. Could very likely be. I haven't been counting. I'd believe them. They could have said 250, I would have believed it. They could have said 350, I would have believed it. If they would have said like 8,000, then I would have been skeptic. But even at maybe 2,500, I would have still believed it. It never crossed my mind to count trees. I feel like these are the photos that people take on all those dating profiles where you see them next to flowers and trees. Does that work? Does that not work? I wouldn't know. Let's get out of here. I think people are trying to avoid being in my shot. They seem to be jumping out of the way. Call me crazy, but it feels like there's only 5 or 6 of these different trees. I feel like there's definitely not 20. See, they could have lied and said it was 2,000 trees, I would have believed, but it's the 20 different variants that get me. I feel like there's not 20 variants, but there could be way more than 200. Check out that bridge over there. Is there a way for us to get to that bridge? Let's find out. There in fact is not a way for us to get to that bridge. I would have to jump onto this island here to take that bridge to that other island. I guess they just took out that access. Maybe there was something here at some point. It looks like there was maybe something here at that point. Oh yes, because you were able to go down these steps, go there, go onto that bridge. However, it looks like probably people tried that and couldn't get back based on the height over here. Let's get out of here. I've been in this park way too long. It was cool, not 700 yen cool. This was like a 200 yen cool. Plus, I bought this beverage, man. I'm just bleeding. I will never financially recover from this. Crazy. We continue. Every time I turn on the camera, the frogs stop making noise. Oh, here they go again. Can't see them though. Hear them, but I can't see them. Check out the exposed roots of this tree. Look how far they go. See, and that's just with any tree. A lot of people don't know that when the tree is this size, its roots go very, very long. Look at that. Here you see it all. I mean, we could walk on them. But that's just what it is with trees in general, is that the roots go really, really far underneath, and that's how you get broken sidewalks, broken pavement, and, you know, all sorts of other structural deformalities. Goes all the way around. Anyway, let's get out of here. I need to find a washroom. I have to piss like a predator. I know a few people who would be foaming at the mouth looking at these fish right here. A few of these guys are all about the sport of fishing, and they would absolutely be wetting themselves if they saw what I'm seeing right here. Interestingly enough, there's poems next to all of these plants and trees and all of that, because in the 8th century, the Japanese people, farmers, nobles, etc., they all had a great appreciation for these plants and their beauty, and they would write poems, and I think they have over 4,500 poems still on record from back then. And it's just an interesting fun fact to know that even back then the appreciation for these plants was there in those more archaic times, yet here we are hundreds, over 1,000 years later, still sharing, or that appreciation has been passed down. So that's very interesting to see, and that's why I even say that when you visit Japan, you see a lot of old things that have been properly maintained, not only culturally, but even physically, such as gardens, or things that were brought back in other ways. Like this garden, I believe, is a recreation. Very interesting to know. You know, they keep these things going. There's a lot of history, and it just keeps going back. It's a bit like how the castles in Europe are constantly being maintained and restored. It's the same thing. Here it might not be castles, it might be gardens, temples, etc. Same concept, same principle. All right, that was all I had to say for that. Let's just cut the clip. Let's get out of here. What way's up? I think this way. The amount of deer poop that I've stepped in today is equivalent to the amount that I've stepped in the past 20 years combined, not including the last times that I was here. Yeah, that dude's definitely got food on him because those deer are not letting him get away with it. There's really a lot more deer every time I come here. I mean, these guys are really being fed well and bending each other over or something during mating season because there's a lot of deer. I don't remember there being this many, and they are everywhere. It's like the more tourists there are, the more deers there are. You're either bringing them in. What are you looking at? Ah, don't eat that. Don't eat that. Check out that bench right there. That bench is calling for me. Look at that bench. Look at the view, the cleanliness. There's no deer poop here. You're close to the main road, but you're also close not to the main road. We're gonna take a seat right here on this bench. Hell yeah. I didn't even need to sit, but that just felt incredibly satisfying as we watch people feed deers. So if ever you wonder how all of those stories and how all of those posts and photos happen here in NARA, well, this is it. They feed the deer, they get them close to them, they get the shot. This is the reality of it. This is how they get all the shots. Look at the back of this bench too. If we were sitting the other way, we could face this ravine. Still don't know what a ravine is, but I just feel like it's the correct term, geological term, for what I'm looking at here. No, let's not look it up, and let's just keep calling these ravines. I'm honestly getting a little bit tired of this. Why does every bridge have to be cool? Why can't you just have one boring bridge? Why does every single bridge over a ravine like this have to be cool? Just make at least one of them boring. Hate that I have to pull out the camera for every single one. What's going on? Found myself scaling a mountain somehow. Wasn't part of the plan, but 15 minutes later, here we are, just going up these set of stairs. There's nobody around me, and there's cones up ahead. I guess we're allowed to go up here. We'll find out. Worst case scenario, we just go back down. As per usual, it only takes one set of stairs to completely eliminate 90% of tourists. Just get rid of so many people with one set of stairs. Look how steep that mountain is up there. We should try and get... How do we get up there? How are they all up there? Let's try to get up there. Allegedly, this goes all the way to the top, and it's $1.50 approx to enter. I just don't know. Okay, so then we go up those steps, and then how high does this go? You know what? Let's just do it. Let's get some water this time, though. Let's get some water first and put some sunscreen on my neck. Screen applied, water in hand, stairs. You know us, we love taking the stairs. Look at this guy. We love taking the stairs. Time to make it to the top. Allegedly, they say 1 hour, which means we need to beat that time. I say 50 minutes. That's what we'll do. We'll do 50 minutes. We have made it to the top. I am thoroughly out of breath, but we made it. Even the deer make it. They make it up, they make it down. The deer make it all over. Oh, now he's looking at me. But here we are. Apparently this is a good place to watch the sunset, but the sunset is a long time from now, therefore we will not wait here. Walking the incline over here is a lot steeper than it looks. And look at how my feet are walking on this hill right now. Imagine falling down this hill right now. That would be a very bad look. Oh. This could be bad. Let's not turn the camera off. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here to get out of their way. I guess this hill goes higher. We'll see. Imagine you're sitting over here and this guy over here decides to push you. Nothing you can do about it. You're just sitting down and this guy, oh, he might do it right here. Oh. Oh. That could have been dangerous. Anyway, let's keep going up the hill. Look at this guy scaling the mountain for a snack. Look at him go. And he even gives the nod. What a polite deer. He even gives the bow. We did it. We have found the most majestic bench of all. I think we found it. This might be it. This might be a 9.5 bench. Oh, what are they running around about? Not sure if you can hear me with all the wind, but this is the view. This is a very high quality bench seat right now. This might be it. This might be the one. It's just a deer behind me right now, currently uploading. Nonetheless, this is still a high quality bench. Might not seem that excited right now, but it's just because I finished climbing a hill and I'm a little bit out of breath. 9.5, definitely. All this is missing is just a touch of shade, but the wind is cool enough that it makes up for it. Solid. I'm currently sweating profusely. These deers, man, they know what they're doing. Even up here on the mountain, look, there's no escape. We're up on the mountain right now. We're over half a kilometer high. And the deers, they just know. Look at them. Not sure if you hear me at all with this wind, but we're going to try to climb all the way up and we'll see what we get. Truly do believe that this bench was calling for me. All the other benches are full. There's people on every single bench but this one. And this one, it felt right. This feels right now. We will continue up the hill though, but it's about 10 minutes. I'm sitting here just basking in the greatness of this bench. They know not to come here. They know that people like me, we just don't have money for deer food. I mean, he knows the cost of groceries in Canada. That's why he doesn't come here. He knows we can't even afford our own groceries. He goes and sees the other kids now. Oh, that might be. Oh, it's not lost. Almost lost a hat. All right, for real, we're gonna go up the hill now. Who's cutting this grass? Anybody else ask themselves those questions when they're hiking on top of mountains? Like, who's taking care of this? I believe we are approaching the top of the mountain, or should I say the peak, which is right there where that guy is. So we'll approach the peak, we'll take a look around like this. No deer up here. All down there. They know what's going on. They know where the food is. They're down there. But we'll approach the peak and then we'll get back in here. Horrible time to have rocks in my shoe right now, but we are almost at the peak and there's a bench. No way there's a bench. No way. We must test out that bench. I can't believe it. This might be, the other bench is no longer a 9.5. This is a 9.5 bench. I haven't sat on it yet. I'm out of breath. I'm like running to it. Man, a hot chocolate fudge McDonald's sundae right now will go so hard. Wow. Oh, look at this. There's even a document on it. Well, no, it's not a document. Oh, there's a plate. Damn, that ruins the aesthetic of the bench. We had something going. I may have overrated this bench. From a distance, it looks really good. Still an 8.5, 9-ish bench. There's more to go, I think. Let's see how much more there is to go. But yeah, this bench, and the other one I'm downgrading it. It's not a 9.5, it's a 9. We're gonna change that. Now I'm gone from that bench, but I should have probably took the opportunity to take the rocks out of my shoe. But it's too far back now. We never look back. We just keep going forward. Check out this cliff. Look at this edge right here. Look at this. Imagine being pushed off this cliff right here. Just check it out. Imagine somebody were to push you off this cliff. Does anybody ever have those intrusive thoughts? Look at this. Crazy. By the way, that's a joke. I never had those thoughts. FBI, that's a joke. If you're listening to this, I would do that, obviously. I would probably take a shit over that cliff, though. But push someone? No. But would I unload a massive explosion of diarrhea over that cliff? Probably. But no, I wouldn't push someone. Oh, how do we get up here? A little bit of a rocky terrain. This video went from me seeing deer, me in Osaka, me scaling a mountain. I mean, it's very non sequitur. This entire video, there's really no plot to this video. It's just me doing what I would do anyway, but pointing a camera to my face. There's really no plot. Here's another cliff. Oh, imagine pushing somebody off this cliff. All right, new search unlocked. Cliffs to push people off. That's actually a bad bit. Cut that part. Cut that. See, the problem is, the more you climb, the more you gotta come back. So I'm quite advanced here on this mountain, and you gotta do it all over again to get back down. Almost died, but we made it. Ah, no, there's another checkpoint. Don't tell me I gotta pay to go up this part. Come on, we're being siphoned. I just paid $1.50 to come up this mountain. It's crazy. Imagine telling somebody I willingly paid to scale a mountain. That made me sweat. A lot of people wouldn't do it. I don't think there's anybody there. Let's go see what's going on over here. Okay, it turns out the same ticket that I bought before is valid for this part of the mountain. Therefore, we will continue to scale. There's that ramp over there, which I feel is there for a reason. What is there on that ramp? Should we take the ramp? But the stairs are so attractive. I just like going upstairs. I've never been on a Stairmaster, but I feel that would be something that's quite enjoyable. Where would I even find a Stairmaster? I guess at a gym? Never been to a gym either. You know what? New challenge. I think I mentioned this in one of my other videos. New challenge. When I get back from this trip, we'll do a video where I start lifting weights. And it's like progressive. Should really stop talking. I'm running out of breath here, going up these steps. Shout out to my 2021 surgery that now I could breathe and speak at the same time. I feel like this mountain keeps going. Just when you thought you hit the top, there's more mountain to go. There's people biking up here too, that's cool. Even up here, the deer will find you to eat your snacks. They will find you up here in the mountains. I believe we are now nearly 1 kilometer high, if not more. And here's another peak, and I think this mountain maybe faces east, maybe? Where's the sun? The sun's there, it's about noon, so this should be east. Let's see what we could see on the eastern peak. Very cool. I'd like to know how high we are. Maybe when I get back to the gate at the bottom, I could ask them just how high this peak is. Very cool to see families with their kids coming here. They scaled the mountain as well. Very cool for an activity in the middle of a weekday. I think it's Golden Week right now, so they have the time off. Very cool. People come with the dogs scaling as well. Very cool to see. I will say that all this mountain climbing has really ruined the bottom of my shoes, and I feel it more and more every time I get to a different mountain. It's a little bit tougher because I have a little bit less confidence in the grip, and understandably so, because a few times I do get the skid where the shoe just moves a few centimeters maybe forward, and that can be catastrophic if you're not paying attention. And I believe at this point we have in fact reached the peak, so we will absolutely start heading down now. That was quite an interesting journey. The metro, I believe, is over there behind that tree. I'd probably say maybe 2.5, 3 kilometers, maybe 4 kilometers if you calculate the scaling of the mountain, but we'll be fine. It's part of the experience. Even he's here at the peak. He's just waiting for someone to give him food. They're relentless in their search for the purchased food. I wonder if they lost their natural capability to find food. But at the same time, they've been here for 70 or so years. So maybe not. I don't know this science. I'm just saying anything at this point. Hey, look, a bunch of deer. Look at them, just herded up. All right, let's for real head down now. Now that's badass. Mountain biking up this and down, that's cool. There's here. Is this where I came from? I think this is where I came from. All right, we'll start heading down. If I had a job at this time, I would be in bed preparing to wake up in about 5 or so hours so I could spend my entire day staring at Excel, looking at things that don't really matter. Yet here I find myself now completed the scaling of a mountain and heading back down here in NARA, Japan. You tell me which of the two is better. You know, it's like I was born too late to be a part of like that Renaissance medieval sort of glorious time where people lost their teeth at 20 and died of old age at 32. But I was also born too soon to see the cyberpunk futuristicness of things. It's like I'm stuck in the middle where you just waste away on Excel, on Salesforce, on all these CRM systems, PowerPoint, Teams, Slack, Zoom. Anyways, I'm just naming them all at this point. That's where I fall into. I feel like the peak is 1999. You know, back then a stockbroker's desk was a pack of cigarettes, an ashtray, a really, really nice wooden desk, a lounge chair, and a couch with a really nice plant and a phone. That was a stockbroker's desk. Now it's just a cubicle. It's all computers. It's just very, very different. It's not the same thing. Oh yeah, he's pondering. See that guy right there? He knows what's up. I'm not gonna disturb him. He knows what's up. Imagine just sitting atop this cliff, staring into the distance. You all know what I'm talking about. Imagine I'm just sitting on any one of these peaks and just staring into the distance. The lore that can be generated is infinite. Imagine just staring, gazing into the distance. You know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Definitely a 9. Won't go higher than that. Definitely a 9. Why is it going down the mountain harder than going up? This is crazy. I'm just going down a few small steps at a time. Okay, except here. Yeah, going down the mountain seems to be more work than going up. Maybe it's just because I don't really ever go down steps. Or, no, that's a lie. Man, just cut these cliffs. Just get to the bottom of the mountain at this point. What's going on? Confirmed, going down this mountain is definitely a lot more work than going up. This is crazy. I am profoundly out of breath right now. Now, using that adjective may have been unnecessary, but I felt it was necessary in these trying times. Going down this hill is definitely a lot more work than going up. Oh, almost slipped. That could have been dangerous. Speaking of cliffs, imagine falling down this cliff. Look at that. Then there's that rock. Well, that rock could maybe break it. Oh, the tree's broken. I didn't even notice. The tree is broken. Wow. Let's keep going. This is actually crazy. Going down the hill is truly more work than going up. This is crazy. Well, we did it. We were back to the bottom of the mountain. Let's see if we can find out how high this mountain is. Here's a map. 300 meters. 342 maybe. Top gate. Wow, okay, that's a lot lower than I thought. I might just be out of shape. Wow, that's disappointing. Let's just get out of here. 342. What a scam. That felt like a lot more. If they have the drink here, the Pikachu vending. Yes, they do right here. This drink here. Do not. Oh, and it's. What a scam. It's even 10 yen less. Here on the mountain, it's 10 yen. Man, I'm just. Every way possible to feel bad about me purchasing that pamplemousse drink before. It's just getting even worse. Here up on the mountain, It's even 10 yen less. Truly got scammed by every direction. Just need to get out of here. That extra 10 yen, I could have got deer food for that. So basically, me getting scammed took food out of the deer's mouth. So if there's any deer malnutrition, it's because of that. That's what it is. I like how resourceful the Asian people are. Even though there's limited seating, they find ways to either crouch at the table because they could all squat properly without busting their knees, or, you know, they don't mind just sitting, eating on the rocks, whatever it might be. And I bring this up purposely because when I was in Mount Royal Park, not too long ago, I'd say a few months ago, there was one woman complaining that her kid didn't have enough space at an outdoor table to sit despite it being cold, but it's because the tables were all closed. Here they just make the best of it. Crouching, there's people sitting on the floor, they figure it out. You know, you sit on a rock, sit on a bench, you eat your meal, and then you bring it back to the restaurant. You bring your bowl and your tray back. That's it, very simple. Simple solutions to simple problems. I don't know what kind of cars those are, but those are really cool looking cars. At this point, I just finished walking about 4 kilometers away from the park. I'm on my way to go have some tonkatsu somewhere. And then I'm not too sure where we'll go with the rest of the day, but I feel like we filmed a lot of footage, and perhaps we'll just cut the video there though. So thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. That is where we are going. I think Japanese fast food is on par with American fast food in terms of taste. Maybe, you know, here they have the whole real plates, real dishes and all that. In America, they have the larger portions, the extra grease, flavor, and selection. But those are probably the 2 best places in the world. It's United States and Japan. 2 best places for fast food.